Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. I got a good video for you today. I am going to be going to Bizarro's Pizza where I am now, and I'm going to be doing a video from the pizzeria about my burning of my pizzeria. So it's going to be a pretty interesting video. Before I get started, please check me out on YouTube member programs. Check me out on Patreon. Please check the Crooked Diamond Cigars. They're doing well. The website is up. Everybody is loving it, singing the praises, and I love that because I picked that blend. Also check the book out, Gangster Redemption. So let me jump into this video, everybody. I am down in Melbourne, Florida, right here on the water at Bizarro's Pizzeria. Bizarro's is the best pizzeria in all of Central Florida, period, bar none. The Space Coast is where we're called because the shuttle goes off here. If everybody had a little bit of reference of where in Florida I am. Anyway, so I'm gonna jump into this video. I got permission to call Frank. He said, Larry, come down anytime, whatever you want. Frank is the kind of guy who grew up with me. We both grew up in a rough life. We're here. We made it through. That's what I call it. We made it through the rough life. So Frank and I, close friends to this day, and if he needs something, he can pick up the phone and call me and I'll be here. Vice versa, if I need something, bail money. Nah, I'm only kidding. Whatever it is, if I call Frank, he's gonna be there. I owned a pizzeria. I grew up in Brooklyn in the best pizza in the world. Obviously, Frank is here, and this pizza is amazing as well. And it's very rare to get that in Florida, especially where we are. But Frank is gonna let me show you guys the inside and how I burned my pizzeria down. I had some great memories in that pizzeria. It was kind of like my clubhouse, if you want to call it that. I was in North Lauderdale, Florida at the time, which is South Florida, right outside Fort Lauderdale. And in that place, it was called Lenny's Pizzeria. I still have the shirts. Actually, they're in our store. And you talk about memories. That's how I ended up meeting the longest serving mayor in the state of Florida, Jack Brady, who I am the godfather to his son. So that was kind of a meeting place for a lot of people. Obviously, it was a meeting place for me and the bad stuff as well, because that's where I was doing hot diamonds out the back, pretty much a headquarters. So people would come on a Friday night and say to me, hey, I need my pizza. I said, get the fuck out of here. What do you think, this is a fucking food place? They look at Friday night, the lineup. I had good pizza. I just didn't care about it when you're making thousands and thousands of dollars on a diamond and you give a shit about a guy ordering $1 slice of pizza or a pie, you know? And don't get me wrong, it was the wrong thing to do, obviously. But I ended up thinking about how to get out of that business where I would get my money back without having the headache of selling a pizzeria. First of all, because you didn't care about the money. The money coming in was really for washing money, so we didn't care. And so you're not going to show the numbers you have for a long-term pizza, because I didn't have it that long. I had the pizzeria about 2 years. And when I first went down to Florida in '87, so this is about '89. And when I burned the pizzeria down, I thought, how am I going to get out of this thing? You know, without either losing all my money or putting it. I said, let me get the insurance out of this thing. Yeah, what fucking rocket scientist I am, huh? So what do? Decide to burn the place. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did, but I gotta emphasize this. Before I even start walking and seeing Frank and people, the marshals are unbelievable, fire marshals. Amazing. And don't ever think these agencies don't know what they're doing. I love people that say, oh, they're idiots. No, they're not. The FBI's idiots. No, they're not. If you think they're idiots and you're doing anything wrong, you're gonna be calling them idiots from inside prison. That's what all those people inside prison say. Oh, they're idiots. Well, where are you, motherfucker? You must be a real big fucking idiot. Anyway, so they're good. I was lucky that they didn't have enough evidence on me at the end of the whole thing to actually charge me with a crime. You're gonna see that I ended up losing the case for the insurance money. And there's a lot of detail about this in my book, Gangster Redemption. But getting back to how I did it, you know, I thought about how to do it for, about a month. I said, I gotta get rid of this fucking thing. I'm doing stuff, I'm partying, I got fucking a crew going, and, you know, we were planning fucking heists and stuff like that, because here I'm going back and forth to New York every month. I had to. When you're connected, when they call you, you gotta go. And that's the end of that. Fuck your pizza place. But I had a good pizzeria, and I really feel bad for the people who cared a lot about me, like my ex-wife and people like that, you know, really wanted to make me to get out of that life. But I wasn't ready, and I wasn't ready at that time. At this time, I'm 27, 28 years old, and I wasn't ready to get out of that life. That life was what I liked, and the excitement, the adrenaline. Obviously, as you know, and my videos are all over the place. Trust me, I got ADD like nobody else, and I still got it. But that's just me. And but with the pizzeria, I said, how am I going to get out of this thing? I had a guy work for me who was a cook, and I had my wife, me, and I think another person that worked. And we had a small amount of tables in a place. It wasn't a big place. I did a video on the actual pizzeria, and I want you guys to go into the library and check it out, because I actually go into my old pizzeria in North Lauderdale, Florida, off Kimberly Boulevard, and you're gonna see the pizzeria. I think it's another restaurant of some sort. I don't think it's a pizzeria, but it's another restaurant, so you got to check that out. So they let us go in there, and I showed people around it, and it's pretty cool. And I really enjoyed that part of it as well. Now I want you guys to come with me. We're gonna go inside, and I'm gonna tell you how I did it. So how you doing, buddy?
All right, Larry, what's going on? What you been up to?
I'm busy, man. Look at this.
Nice.
You, huh?
33 years.
33 years?
33 years I've been here.
Hey, Frank, you know, we come from the same neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
So, a little different.
Yep.
Oh,
I've been doing this, I was 10 years old. I've been doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Where? New York? Where? Who'd you work with?
I worked in Fifth Avenue. I worked in Promise Park Mall. I worked in New Jersey.
Pizzerias?
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't even know that about it. I know you forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to show people what I did. I'm going to go around and show people what I did with how to burn my pizzeria. Not to burn it, to show you what not to do and how I got caught. Actually, I got caught because there was three parts of the fire that the fire marshals picked. So they're good at what they do.
Oh, yeah, they know what they do. They're very smart. They're very smart, the fire marshal.
You know, oh yeah, we thought we were good.
Yeah. Nobody been there now. We never got that far.
No.
Somebody spotted they knew all the time.
Yeah, you know that. You know,
yeah.
I remember my boss used to tell me that. You sit down, play gin, you know, at the home stretch. In my pizzeria, what I first did was I tested the ceiling. We had an asbestos ceiling. I'll show you where. Above here, we had an asbestos ceiling. So one day I tried a light just to see if it would light with a lighter. It didn't, but a little mark was there. I don't know any of this. I'm not a pyromaniac. I'm not a guy like that. My next move was I ended up going to a friend's house, and we were going to the jacuzzi with my wife, and this was on a Sunday, and I ended up closing the door. I ended up putting the garbage pails, the usual garbage pail right here. I put the garbage pail and I had put it on fire, hoping it would be ended. I'd get buzzed. Back then, we had an alarm that they would call you at home. So they didn't do that. They're not calling me. I'm wondering what happened. Why is it's not working? What's going on? So what happens then? I'm on the way home at about 11 o'clock at night. I ride by the pizzeria and there's nothing, no fire, nothing. Little do I know, the fire goes out in the garbage pail. I don't know this. So what do? I open the door, I go, Jesus, Christmas trees. I end up going into the pizzeria, and in the back room, I had all the boxes, the pizza boxes, just like this. So what I did was I lit the pizza boxes on. They go up, I get in my car, I leave, I go home. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, hey, there's a fire at your place. What? I run down there. I end up burning the whole plaza down. A liquor store, there was a beverage store, there was a pork restaurant, like a barbecue restaurant, there was an insurance agency, there was some other little stores. I burned the whole plaza down. They all loved me because they got insurance. I didn't get anything. Here's why, because the fire marshals were so good, they actually knew how I did it by knowing the three origins of the fire, but they couldn't prove it was me. They didn't know who did it. They couldn't prove it was me, even though I had a security code and we had 5 people who had the security code. So they didn't know if somebody gave the code to everybody or anybody. So they couldn't prove. But the insurance company denied my claim and I lost. I took the insurance company to court and lost. It cost me $50,000, 30 to 50,000. I had them there. Look at my ovens. I had the whole works. I'm looking at Frank. He's laughing because he knows me so well. I was a crazy bastard back then.
You still are?
Nah.
But different way.
Yeah.
Different way.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, I love to help people.
You're wild. You're not wild like what you used to be.
No. And you know, Frank, I love to help people. You know that. As you do, too. I love that. So now, Frank, what I'd like to do is, that's how I didn't get my money, and don't burn down a pizzeria, everybody. This is not what not to do. Earn it the right way.